Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan is delighted to welcome you here to Poznan. The local time is approaching 10 to 10. Please remain in your seat with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain has switched off the fasten seatbelt sign and the aircraft has come to a complete stop. For passengers who smoke, please refrain from doing so until you reach the designated smoking area well outside the terminal building.
My name is Ewa Sadowska and I am Chief Executive of Barca UK, working with vulnerable Central and Eastern European migrants in the UK, mainly London. We are now with the group, the program Steps to Success, the Chara Trust, 12 wonderful leaders of local communities from Liverpool. We are visiting Barca Foundation premises in Poznan and also Barca projects like the Social Integration Center, which is a school for adults with low levels of employability. We've been visiting workshops of the school, sewing, crafts, carpentry, bookbinding and others. And we had a very productive meeting with the staff and director of the school. This is, I hope, going to be 4 days of very fruitful and productive exchange and study trips to different projects of the Barca network, both in Poznan, the city of Poznan, but also in the countryside. Barca Foundation was started by my parents in 1989. It was started as a small foundation and it is now a franchise, a network of over 80 entities, social businesses, support groups, associations, working for social economy and social integration. Our emphasis has been on education. I think we spoke, well this morning we spoke a lot about education and entrepreneurship. This, I think, is very important because we very much focus on education and entrepreneurship, so that we believe it's important because humanitarian relief programs are very important because they sustain, maintain lives, but there must be next steps. There must be, after a person receives a meal and a blanket, there must be education, entrepreneurship, housing. There must be conditions for them to grow and develop their potential as human being. And I think that this is what we very much share with the Chara Trust. We've been in contact with the Chara Trust for half a year now, and Mr. Godwin Batteran from the Chara Trust has visited Barca. This is, I think, his third study visit to Barca network. We hope that our two organizations can work together both in Liverpool but also perhaps in Africa. Over 100 unemployed participants come to the center to learn theory and practice. Theory like consumer economics, ethics at work, writing CV, writing business plans, looking for niches in the market where their social enterprises can work, but also practical skills like sewing, carpentry, bookbinding, gardening, general construction. This is the social integration project. There is over 70 social integration centers across Poland. We are proud to say that Barca has influenced legislation, Polish legislation on social integration, and 4 major legal acts were enforced based on our pioneering projects. The 4 major legal acts were enforced by Polish Parliament. Barca headquarters, Barca Foundation headquarters, runs now projects commissioned by the government. The projects are about replicating solidarity economy initiatives, like social businesses, social cooperatives, in 100 other regions of Poland. And this is what Barca Foundation has been mainly involved with for the last few years, 2-3 years, in partnership with local and regional authorities, civil society organizations, the church, entrepreneurs in local communities across Poland.
My name is Kilian Munyama. I'm a member of the regional parliament, Wielkopolska regional parliament here in Poland, in Poznan. The main objectives of the job that I'm doing at the moment is running the infrastructure development in the region, as well as the hospitals and the education at university level. The group and its activities are actually, something of very much interest to me. I was very impressed with the projects that are being run, in the sense that there is the socio-economic or economy being implied, and the intention to make the relationship between individuals work through in form of integration. Therefore, I really wish them great success in the contributions that they are making. I believe that the African people within the UK have to stand on what they believe in and show that they are capable of doing a lot of things, and they shouldn't feel the inferiority complex means showing that they are not capable of doing things which are just things anybody else can be able to do. Therefore, I would encourage each and every one of you to try and stand hard on what you believe in, and then achieve the goals without any complexes.
Hello, my name is Godwin Bataren. I am the leader of this social enterprise transnational visit to Poland, organized in partnership with Social Enterprise Northwest and the Chara Trust.
We went to see what Barca Foundation is doing to get inspired to change our working practice, to transform our community.
What I'm going to do when I get back is I'm going to help the women's leadership group to set up a social enterprise.
Yes, I've learned a lot. We visited the Barca site. They're interesting, and to see the real thing being formed.
Now, this particular trip was quite useful for me from the point of view of the voluntary activities that we do, as we have seen what human endeavors, when people come together, can achieve in terms of projects that uplift the humanity or the quality of life, as well as where you apply commercial ideas into the voluntary activities, where you generate income to ensure sustainability of the projects.
The key questions for me are, how do we drill down from the concept, the philosophy, to the actual detail of doing? I've been reading a book called The Social Entrepreneur while I've been here, and to me, my experience on this visit, plus the stories in The Social Entrepreneur, the Bromley by Bow, I think it's called, site in London, and I'm convinced that what we need to do is just apply sound business principles to the projects that we want to achieve.
We've been in Poland for 4 days, visiting organizations that demonstrate how social integration centers are formed and how social cooperatives have been developed, and practical examples of working social businesses in communities, both in the cities and in the rural communities.
And the things that I found really enjoyable about this trip was the fact that these two people have started off made a huge impact on the people that are here, and you realise how they've totally changed people's lives around. It's so inspiring, and I think that when I go back, I'm part of a lot of different groups. I'm going to take the things that I've learned from this visit and try and implement them, especially with the women's group, which I'm a part of, because we're hoping to set up a social, either a social integration centre or some form of social network for women.
I think I see myself today as an ambassador to emulate the model that Barca has used to transform these lives, and to plant a seed of change in many communities in Africa, to touch, change lives in Africa and across the world. Thank you.
Two things I got out of it was how meaningful and how open the Polish people were, and actually seeing their life experiences unfolded before me and how they could turn their lives around through the Barker Foundation. I'm taking this information back with me now, obviously going to adapt their role model to something that I can do in Liverpool where I can help others who are less fortunate than myself.
I've been inspired by the way the backup project has helped people who had difficulties in the past to rebuild their lives. The phrase that you can't undo yesterday, but you can act today to influence tomorrow is very, very real in those people, and I can use that concept to help my people.
It's been a wonderful time, and a number of the things we've learned is that there are good examples of what works here in Poland, and we're hoping that when we go back to Merseyside, some of these examples will be replicated, and the ongoing partnership between Poland and Merseyside will continue.
What inspired me in this trip was the preservation of dignity and the rehabilitations of lives, and the simplicity of the social enterprises that they have been able to set up.
We've also had the opportunity to explore the possibilities of models of good practice like this being replicated in other nations, particularly in the African continent. Thank you.